Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, this is 7th group. In this occasion, we would like to explain about character. Okay, let me introduce my member. The first is Kevin Surya Maulana, and the second is me myself, Farda Muslimah, and the next is Nur Intan, the next is Rahmatur Radia, and the last is Ilhamuddin Muhammad. Okay, let's get started. We would like to discuss about the first, characterization, the second, type of character, and the last is conclusion. Types of character is divided into 6 types. The first is protagonist, the second is antagonist, the third is dynamic, the fourth is around, the fifth is static, and the last is flat.
Today our group uh, we are going to discuss about character inside of the literature. It's and my group, our group is specifically will discussing about the character and characterization, types of character and any other. So and now I will show you the differences about between character and characterization. What is that character and what is that characterization? So the first one is character. What is that character and what is that characterization? And the first one is character. Character is the people who are included or appear in the story, in the writing, in the writing in the book or in the novel, in the history or the in any other. So character is just a general meaning, it's not specifically, and it's different with characterization, and I will explain the characterization. The first one, what is that characterization? Okay, what is that the characterization? So characterization is an information of describing and creating character in ways of literature. Remember, characterization is an information of describing and creating characters in ways of literature. And then characterization is have two subset. Uh, and also characterization is not about he is protagonist and you are antagonist or dynamic. No, it's not just like that. But characterization is explained about how the character is acting acting and speaking. It makes us, the reader or the story reader, knowing the real physical or psychology by this character. And then characterization is have two subset. Two subset is direct characterization and indirect characterization. Now I will explain you what is that direct characterization and indirect characterization. So direct characterization is commonly the author is writing the character, the physiology of this character um, is directly, it's look like direct. I mean, for the example, it's like Andre was a short, fat, and dirty boy I've ever met in this school. It's direct with the word as short, fat, and dirty, so the reader know if Andre was short, fat, and dirty. It was directly. It's not like symbolic said, but it's direct. Okay, I think everybody understand about what I mean. And the next is indirect. Indirect is like, it's not common, it's not direct, it's not said specific, it's not said specific. If the first one is direct, is said fat, short, but it in indirect is not said like that. So for the example, author is making a sentence to know the character of the people, is like that. For the example, is like this: by the night, sitting on this chair tonight, I'm still thinking if the light of this cafe is off. It makes me realize if I'm alone at midnight. I know this is like Milo is high imagination. If the character is not say directly, it's like I'm just alone now, not like that, but see or hear saying so long, explaining the condition of his life now, and then in the end he said if he was alone at the midnight. So like that.
Okay guys, you can see the slide, you can see the picture. Who is he? I think that you already know about him. Yes, right, he is Harry Potter. He is one of the example of the protagonist character. Why he become protagonist character? Because he is spirit and he always never give up to fight the villain. And then he is merciful guy. Okay, I would like to explain about protagonist. Protagonist is the main character or the circle of the story. I think that you already know about protagonist before. The story is tell about this character's perspective. Out of most of the story, this character always to be hero or a good guy. Okay, the second is antagonist. Antagonist is the opposite character of protagonist. So that every story, antagonist always opposite with protagonist. Sometimes the antagonist always be villain. Okay, you can see the picture. Who is he? He is Lord Voldemort. He is one of the example of antagonist character. Why he become antagonist character? The appearance looks so bad, right? Because he is greedy and he needs to be immortal. When he needs to be immortal, he always do all the way to fight his enemy.
Halo guys, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahmatullah and you can call me Rara. And in this situation, I wanna tell you about dynamic character and round character. Dynamic character seems like a round character. I wanna explain about first dynamic character. Dynamic character also undergoes change through the narrative. Due to conflict he encounters on his journey, a dynamic character faces trial and tribulation and takes time to learn from his encounters, his experience and his mistakes, as well as from other characters. Are usually the main idea of a story. This character growth is mostly internal and can be of character, personality, and rarely external. And I want to give you example from dynamic character. Dynamic character example in Ray Bradbury novel. The protagonist Guy Montag is an example of a dynamic character. At the beginning of the story, Montag is supportive and blindly follows the custom of dystopian society by continuing to burn books. However, as the story progressed, he began to reject this philosophy and rather embrace the books. By going through this change, he is identified as a dynamic character. Next, I want to explain about a round character. A round character in a novel, play, or story is a complex personality like real people. They have their in feeling and passion. For instance, in the movie, the main character say, which means that what appears to them is not the only truth, rather there is something more inside them. And last, I want to give you example from a round character. Yet another good example of a round character is Hamlet. He is a complex, enigmatic, and mysterious character that is knowledge, philosophical, intelligent, and thoughtful by nature. Hamlet makes hasty decision, yet he delays his revenge. His contemplative nature also becomes his tragic flaw, and his lack of timely action becomes the cause of his tragedy. Hamlet's personality is contradictory, while he also encounters many contradictory situations. I think enough. Sorry if I have mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, next I will explain about static and flat character. Static character is one type of character you can find in a work of fiction. The word static is an adjective defined as showing little or no change. Nah, maksudnya itu di static character itu terjadi perubahan sedikit atau tidak sama sekali. Perubahannya berupa apa? Ada outlook, personality, motivation, perception, and habit. And second is flat. Flat character is one-dimensional or defined by one simple characteristic. Flat characters, no complex emotion, motivation, or personality. The example of static character is Draco. Draco is one of several static characters in Harry Potter. Draco is both selfish and snobbish, but also more cowardly than he would like to be known, and it's this cowardice that makes him a static character. The example of flat character is Crabbe and Goyle. In Harry Potter films, mereka tidak menonjol, but they help readers get inside Draco's world. Another example of flat character is Ginny Weasley. She is a shy girl in the first 5 books, but she is suddenly strong-willed and outspoken teenager in the 6 books. However, this character growth is told to us not to show, and it does not make Ginny any more complex. So, the conclusion of static and flat is a different character. Kalau static menunjukkan beberapa karakteristik internal, like personality, outlook, motivation, and the other. But flat just 1 or 2 characters. Although they have same role, they to be supporting character and story, but they are rarely the protagonists of a story.
Well, thanks a lot my friend for being presenters. From the previous explanations, we have learned about characterizations, which is direct and indirect, then 6 types of characters. There are protagonist, antagonist, dynamic, round, static, and flat. We hope that this video has explained as well, and may this knowledge be useful. It's all we can deliver to you all. If you found there are mistakes, forgive us. Don't forget to always wear your mask when you go outside during this pandemic. Don't forget to always wear your mask whenever you go outside during this pandemic. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, and peace out.